Time is now 6 o'clock. I'm going to call the Oak Park Board of Education organization meeting to order. And we're going to start right away with the swearing in. So if Trustee Clark, Trustee Corcoran, Trustee-elect Perriman Tanks, Trustee-elect Scott, and Trustee Tyler would all stand, please. Today we are swearing in our newly elected board members with the oath of office. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I'm not going to do like he did mine and read the whole thing. I just say, okay. Please stand with your right hand up, and here we go. You too? Okay, let's go. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of the Oak Park School District according to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's do this. Let's get this one thing out of the way real quick. Ms. Greer, would you please call the roll?
Flora. Here. Colburn.
Here.
Albert.
Here.
Madison.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Perryman Tanks.
Here.
Tyler. Here.
All right. And we have now all of our board members. Do any of you want to say anything? I know you have some family and friends in the room. I'll start on the right. Trustee Perriman Tanks, anything?
Oh, other than thanking my husband for coming to see me today.
Where's your husband?
Over there, Aaron, and his support.
I saw he was the one taking the pictures.
Aaron Tanks.
All right, all right. Okay. Trustee Clark.
Thank you, everyone, and happy birthday to my husband. He turned 40 today, so happy birthday.
You ain't have to put his business out in the street like that.
He looks good, so I put it off.
Happy birthday, Trustee Corcoran.
Sure. I want to thank the community, all the stakeholders, for a victory of electing me for the next 6 years. And thank you all for coming out tonight. We really appreciate you guys.
Trustee Scott.
I also thank you for electing me. I'm excited for the next 4 years. I'm excited to grow and learn and be more part of the community. And I'm ready for this.
Ready. All right. Trustee Tyler.
I just want to thank the community, first of all, for electing me. I definitely want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to serve. I want to thank God for my family, for being here. And just thank God for everyone. I especially want to give thanks to one of the board members that mentored me, Miss Maxine Goodfriend. She'll always be remembered. And so I am grateful for this opportunity to serve the school board. I am grateful for what God is about to do amongst all of us. I'm grateful to be a part of this great team.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well stated. We're going to keep rolling with our first of our 2 meetings this evening. Usually I give people a chance to go if they want to, but y'all seem like y'all are so engaged and ready to get involved in school board business, so let's keep it moving. Roll call, we already done that. We're going to approval of the agenda. The agenda was shared with all of us prior to today's meeting. Are there any issues on the agenda? Okay, without objection, we'll pass a motion to approve the agenda by unanimous consent. Is there an objection to doing so? Hearing none, the agenda is hereby approved. We'll go to item number 5, election of officers for 2025-26. We're getting ready to open up the election of officers for the 2025-26 calendar year. Excuse me, school year. Thank you. And we will start with the office of president. I will call for nominations. I will confirm with the individual if they would agree to serve, and then we will call a motion. So we'll start with the motion anyway. And we'll go through the motion and we'll see if they're elected, then we'll go to the next one. If not, we'll go again until we get a successful person for one of those offices. Okay? Questions?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna open up the nominations for the office of president. So with that, is there any nominations for the office of president? Trustee Thomas.
I'd like to nominate myself for nomination for president.
Okay, so with that, then I would say,
Second.
well, let's state it as a motion.
I'm sorry, I thought
So-
that wasn't a motion.
We'll get it. So I move, so basically, the way we would say this is I move, or let it be resolved that Aisha Tyler be elected president of Oak Park Board of Education effective January 13th, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by trustee Tyler, seconded by trustee Corcoran. Any question on the motion? Ms. Greer?
Madison,
No.
Scott,
Yes.
Perryman,
No.
Tyler,
Yes.
Elvin,
No.
Copeland,
Yes.
and Clark.
No.
Okay, that motion fails. Are there any other nominations for the office of president?
I would like to nominate Al Elvin to remain our president.
Okay, so we'll phrase it in a motion. Resolve that Alvin
Alvin, sorry.
be
Forgive-
elected president
Forgive me.
of the, I know she was gonna get me if I didn't, of the Oak
Forgive
Park
me.
Board of Education effective January 13th, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Motion made by Clark, seconded by Madison. Any question on the motion? Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Madison,
Yes.
Scott,
No.
Perryman Tanks,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Elvin,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
I'm not supposed to.
and Clark.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. All right, so we will go to, I'll continue to serve, I guess, as president. For next year, we will go to the next item, which is vice president. Is there a motion on the vice president?
Somebody gotta do it.
I would like to nominate Paige Madison for vice president.
Okay, let's say in the motion, resolve that Paige Madison be elected vice president of the Oak Park Board of Education effective January 13, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. Motion made by Clark, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Perryman Tanks. Any question on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Greer?
Perryman Tanks,
Yes.
Elvin,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
and Madison.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, we will go to secretary. Are there, we're gonna open up the nomination for office of secretary. Any motions for that? Is there a motion for a secretary? Go. Okay, go ahead.
I would like to, did I say nominate?
Just say, yeah.
Oh, I would like to nominate, Heather Perryman Tanks.
Heather Perryman Tanks, okay. Let's put in a motion. Resolve that Heather Perryman Tanks be elected Secretary of the Board of Education effective January 13, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. Motion made by Madison. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Tyler. Any questions on the motion? Discussion? I assume you accept?
I accept.
Okay. Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Elvin,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
Madison,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Perryman Tanks.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes unanimously. Congratulations. Day one, let's go. Let's jump into the fray then. All right, we will go.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll go to item D, treasurer. Is there a nomination for the office of treasurer? Yes, trustee Corcoran.
I nominate myself, Dawn Corcoran, for treasurer.
Okay. Is there, so let's put it in motion.
Motion.
Resolve that, and I know you accept because you nominated yourself. Resolve that trustee Dawn Corcoran be elected treasurer of the Oak Park Board of Education effective January 13th, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. Is there a second?
Yes.
Seconded by trustee Tyler. Any question on the motion? Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Tyler,
Yes.
Madison,
No.
Scott,
Yes.
Perryman.
No.
Tank, Clark,
No.
Copeland,
Yes. You got one more?
Alvin.
No. All right, so that motion fails. We'll go, and if there's another one, is there any other, are there any others?
I wanted to nominate Sandra Clark.
Okay, I'll put in the motion. Resolve that trustee Cassandra Clark be elected treasurer of the Oak Park Board of Education effective January 13th, 2025 through the January 2026 organizational meeting. The motion is made by trustee Madison. Is there a second? Second by trustee Tyler. Do you accept?
I do.
Okay, trustee Clark accepts. Are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Greer?
Alvin,
Yes.
Copeland,
No.
Clark,
Yes.
Perryman, Tank,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes. Yes.
Madison,
Yes.
and Tyler.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes. Congratulations on your appointment. We'll go to item number 6, facsimile signatures. Let me write this down. I'll do it for tonight, and then I'll explain it afterwards. The motion for item number 6, you want to read it? Okay, go ahead.
Be it resolved that the Oak Park Board hereby authorizes the use of facsimile,
Facsimile.
thank you, signatures of Alvin and Alexandra Clark for signing checks drawn upon district funds, except for transactions for which other signatures have been authorized by the board, such as contract agreements. The board further authorizes the following school employees to conduct such transactions: superintendent, director of business and finance, or designee.
Okay, all right. Motion made by trustee Clark. Is there a second?
Yes.
Okay, seconded by trustee Tyler. Thank you, trustee Tyler. Any question on the motion? Any question? Hearing none, Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Clark,
Yes.
Perryman, Tank,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
Alvin,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
And Scott.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That motion passes. We'll go to item number 7, designation of bank depository for district funds. Trustee Madison, you have it in front of you. You want to read it?
Yes. Be it resolved that the following brokers, dealers, safekeeping institutions, pool accounts, and banks are recommended as depository institutions for school district funds and other public monies coming into the hands of the treasurer. Brokers, dealers, safekeeping, Comerica Securities, Huntington Capital Markets, JP Morgan Securities, LLC, JP Morgan Clearing Corp., Multi-Bank Securities, PNC Financial Services Group, Polled Accounts, MILAF Public Financial Management, PFM, Banks, Bank of America, Comerica Bank, Fifth Third Bank, Flagstar Bank, Huntington Bank, JP Morgan Chase Bank, Level One Bank, PNC Bank, NATFC Bank.
Okay. Thank you for that rather long motion. Trustee Madison, motion made by trustee Madison. Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Perryman Tanks. Any question on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Clark,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
Colburn.
Yes.
Alvin.
Yes.
Thurman Tax.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to item 8, designation of board's attorneys.
I can read it again.
You wanna go for it again? Okay.
Resolved that the Board of Education authorizes the administration to utilize the services of the following legal firms as counsel to the board in the Oak Park School District in matters as specified for the 2025 calendar year. Firm of Miller, Canfield, Paddock, and Stone. Firm of Miller Johnson, Truan Law Firm, PC.
Okay. Motion made by trustee Madison. Is there a second on that motion?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Clark. Any question on the motion? Hearing none, Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Thurman Tanks.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
Alvin.
Yes.
Colburn.
Yes.
And Clark.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, motion passes. We'll go to item 9A. For those of you who are here, we're gonna take a quick, 5-10 minute break in between the two meetings. So give you time to either take some pictures or if you want to leave, you can. So we'll be finishing up in the next few minutes here on this one. 9A, trustee to Oakland Schools budget. And so we need someone to serve as a trustee on the Oakland Schools Budget Committee. Go forth. You have someone that you want to serve on that committee?
Myself.
Okay. There's a motion, I'll read it for you. Resolve that the Board of Education appoints trustee Dawn Corporate to serve on the Oakland Schools Budget Committee.
Second. I can't second.
We don't what? What's wrong?
You don't need it.
I was about to say, because that's.
We don't?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Oh, that's on me?
yeah. That's why I said second.
Why do I have it as a motion then?
Yeah.
We took it as a
'Cause
motion last year.
No.
I'm pretty sure we did. I didn't make this up.
Yeah, we just appoint,
Okay.
we always appointed a person for that,
Okay, and you want to be the one to do that?
yes. That was- I think the person last year was Monaco. I don't think.
Okay. And we sure we don't do this in the motion?
You can for consensus, you can ask, and then if it's tie, then you could say you could appoint someone.
We don't
I
have
think
it
for
as
the subcommittees you could appoint, maybe
yeah,
that's.
that's
Yeah, the subcommittee,
that's what I was thinking. I thought
Yeah.
we approve as a
because they're
board.
a voting member and they
Is-
represent me.
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna pass the motion on this one. Resolve that the Board of Education appoints trustee Dawn Corporate to serve on the Oakland Schools Budget Committee. Dawn has made trustee Corporate has made the motion. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Madison. Any question on that motion? All right, Ms. Greer, you got the, okay.
Clark.
Yes.
Colburn.
Yes.
Alvin.
Yes,
Madison.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Thurman Tanks.
Yes.
And Tyler.
Yes.
okay, the motion passes. Congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to item B, Oakland County School Board Association Government Relations Committee. We need an individual to serve on that committee and potentially an alternate. But that one individual, so I'll read it the way I had it from last time. I don't know if it's changed. The Oak Park Board of Education must appoint a trustee to the OCSBA Government Relations Committee. The appointed trustee will be asked to attend GRC meetings, serve as our board's contact for legislative communications, and share information with this board. Meetings at last check were currently held first Wednesdays of each month, 6:30 to 8. And at one point they were virtual. I'm not sure if they're still
Yeah, I was
virtual.
about to ask that.
Mm-mm.
They
They're
changed,
in
They
person.
not. They in person.
yeah.
Okay, so now they're in person. Is there an individual willing to do that, to represent this board? This is, an important committee as well, so, to represent this board on that committee. Okay. No one. All right, we'll have to come back to this, so
Because we
we're
have
gonna
to have
table,
a
I'm not gonna
person.
hold on to this, we'll table it, we'll come back,
Appoint someone.
because we don't have anyone right now.
I
So,
could put it in the next.
yeah, we're gonna have to, like, coerce or something. Bribe? No, I'm joking. All right, so we're gonna table that because we don't have anybody that threw their name in the hat on that, okay? So motion withdrawn. All right, public participation. We come to the part of the meeting where the public has the opportunity to address the board if it so desires. Public participation is one-way communication in which members of the public are asked to address the full board with the understanding that board members will not be able to respond. I'm going to read these for today, and then I'll be passing this on to you. Because the Oak Park Board of Education values public meetings, not just meetings in public, we welcome public comment on school issues. Speakers are asked to express themselves in a civil manner with due process for the dignity and privacy of others who may be affected by public comments. The public comment portion of the meeting cannot be used to make personal attacks against a school board member or school district employee that disrupt the order of the meeting and are totally unrelated to the manner in which the member or employee performs his or her duties. Speakers should be aware that if statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, such comments may result in legal liability. Most comments can be concisely stated in 3 minutes, and the board respectfully asks that comments refrain focus on the topic or issue and not be directed at specific personnel or board members. Are there any members of the public who would like to address the board? I have one card. So I asked earlier if there's anyone that wants to address the board, please fill out a card. If you would like to address the board, please fill out a card, but we do have one now. And that one
They're actually out in the hallway.
is
Move the
Curtis.
table out there. Yeah, they won't-
Curtis, give her the opportunity to get the new card.
Can I let the mayor speak first and I come out the mayor?
Okay, but we need to get the mayor card, that's fine.
Okay. Let the mayor speak first and I come out the
Okay.
mayor.
First, I'm Marion McClellan, lucky enough to be the mayor of the city of Oak Park. Thank you for having me at your meeting. Congratulations to all who were elected. Thank you for doing something to make Oak Park schools better, that doesn't benefit you, that benefits the community. So this is a gift to the people of Oak Park, and we appreciate it. Thank you. An announcement, public service announcement. MDOT, the Michigan Department of Transportation, is doing major construction on 696. Now, they had been doing construction like out to Novi, where they had eastbound and westbound traffic on one side of the expressway while they fixed the other. But they had problems with that because the emergency vehicles couldn't get through if there was a problem. So there is going to be eastbound closed from Lasser Road to I-75 starting March 1st, going 2 years. So we are going to be from Southfield to Hazel Park. Eastbound 696 will be closed starting March 1st. From Northwestern Highway to Lasser, March 10th. This will affect Oak Park and Berkeley and Royal Oak and anybody in a car in the area. Why are they doing it? We remember back when it was built in the 1980s. Well, it had been patched and patched and patched, and they need to stop patching and actually reconstruct it now. So, and there's 60 bridges for them to do. So there's going to be upgrades down the road and headaches for drivers for the next 2 or more years. We will get more traffic eastbound on 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 mile. They're also rebuilding our Church Street Plaza. If you remember, there were icicles hanging, and a couple of years ago they did a repair, and it didn't work. There were more icicles when they were done than when they started. So they are rebuilding the plaza. They wanted to make it smaller, and Oak Park refused to make it smaller. We get the same park that we have right now. And there's also spring construction, if that wasn't enough. Oakland County is building up Shepherd Park. They're putting in so that wheelchairs and strollers and anybody on wheels can get around easily. They're putting in, they're fixing up the shelters. They're moving the kitchen from where it is to the opposite side, so it'll be a new kitchen. It'll be, when it's done, it'll be delightful. This summer, it'll be a mess going to the park. And for 2 years, it'll be a mess going down the expressway. Just heads up, they're going to be giving us information regularly. MDOT will on what's happening with the 696, and we will on, and Oakland County will on fixing up the park. So you can go there and get information, at least weekly updates. And we are putting in a new event hub between the library and City Hall that'll be just fabulous for our concerts. Of course, there won't be concerts this year because they're going to be building the event hub and they're going to be fixing the park. So it's going to be a difficult summer, I think, for us. But thank you for your time, and again, congratulations, and thank you, sir,
Thank you.
for letting me go first.
Thank you. Mr. Samuels?
Daniels?
Oh, Daniels? Sorry, sis, Sam?
Yeah, man.
Sis?
You forgot
Oh,
who I
sis
am?
Daniels? Oh, Daniels.
You forgot who I am.
Does this not look like an S?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Daniels? Okay. I mean, you have great penmanship, but this
Oh,
one...
for sure. They
this
taught
like
that
that.
when I was going to school.
Sorry, Mr.
I'll
Daniels.
congratulate everyone here, congratulate the new and old members, but hey, I'm here. I'm gonna be one of those persons that's working on 696. Our company would be doing that, so y'all be ready. But anyway, I'm here for business. You know, the business at hand is this. I always come here with welcome, open arms from you, and so I'm gonna continue to do what we have to do, and that's the skilled trades and jobs. I could promote. I want every member of the school board member to have a tour to our Detroit Carpenter Millwrights Training Center in Detroit. And the reason why I want that tour for all y'all to come and visit our facility, because our facility is free, our tuition free, our books free, and we pay our students to go to school. Anyone who joins our apprenticeship program do not have to pay anything. For 4 years, they don't have to pay anything. They can make from $80,000 to $100,000, $200,000 up once they complete our 4-year apprenticeship program. It's been out here that mayor's brought to my attention that someone been telling the school district that the students have to wait. No, they don't have to wait. It's free. And it's free to not only Detroit students, but Oak Park students and the Oak Park District residents as well. So I'm going to continue coming up here to promote the skilled trades. And I hope that we can get this career fair going for 2025. Y'all know how I am about the career fairs. And the importance of the career fair is to introduce the students that's graduating, transitioning from high school, transition from college, to get involved in the skilled trades. That's what our students is lacking, skilled trades. It take them farther than what people may say. It took me far. You know what I mean? As a journeyman carpenter, a journeyman welder. I also attend our International Training Center out in Las Vegas. Also, that's a program that's also available to the students of Oak Park, our International Training Center, where they would meet everyone throughout the United States and throughout North America. I happen to be working on one of the biggest projects throughout North America. That's the Gordie Howe International Bridge. I've been on that bridge for 6 years, from the beginning to the end. We have completed that bridge, but we're going to be completing other projects. We have a lot of work here in the state of Michigan, and through our apprenticeship program, each student, each resident will have the opportunity to work some of those big projects. That project that the mayor spoke of, 696 project, that's going to be spearheaded by Toby Construction. That's a $240 million job, a 3-year job. I'd rather see some of these students that's here in Oak Park graduate, coming into that job and coming into our program to get these marketable skills. And I'm gonna foster that and continue to come up here and foster that amongst you school board members. And I hope and pray that this year, 2025, that we can get some graduates from Oak Park School District to be a part of the skilled trades. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels.
Yes.
I want to make sure I said it right, but thank you, Mr. Daniels. That takes us to, there's no more public participation. That takes us to item number 11, which is adjournment. The time is now 6:30. If nothing else, without objection, we'll pass a motion to adjourn the meeting by unanimous consent. Is there an objection to doing so? Okay. Hearing none, we're going to adjourn at 6:30 for this meeting. We have another meeting that we need to go into. We'll start at 6:40. Thank you. Good evening. Again, today is January 13th, 2025. The time is 6:40. We're going to call the Oak Park Board of Education regular meeting to order. Ms. Greer, please call the roll.
Clark,
Here.
Cochran,
Yes, I mean, here.
Alvin,
I'm here.
Madison.
Here.
Scott,
Here.
Harriman Tanks,
Here.
and Tyler.
Here.
Okay, that we do have a quorum. We'll go to item number 2, which is the recitation of the district mission and vision. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
One of y'all make a decision and let's go.
Go ahead.
Our mission is to create an inclusive learning community that provides the best academic and social experience by educating the whole child, one child at a time. Our vision is cultivating visionary leaders and compassionate citizens engaged in the global community.
Thank you. We'll go to item 3, which is the approval of the agenda. The agenda was circulated prior to today's meeting, but what we need to do is we need to add 2 items to the agenda. So if we could go and add them at 9 for action items. We're going to add action item 9A, which is board committees, and action 9B, which is board meeting time. Both of these will call on trustee Corcoran to provide, and that moves communications addenda and adjournment down. Any questions on the agenda? If no questions on the agenda, so without objection, we'll pass a motion to approve the agenda by the amended agenda by unanimous consent. Is there an objection to doing so? Hearing none, the amended agenda is hereby approved, and we'll go to item number 4, consent agenda. We have 1 item on the consent agenda this evening. Is there any concern with that item, which is the 1 item is the personnel actions? Is there any concern with that? Okay. Hearing none, then we'll pass a motion to approve the consent agenda by unanimous consent. Is there an objection to doing so? And let me stop before I when I do that, does everybody understand what I'm doing when I say unanimous consent? If you don't, let me know, and I'm happy to explain. Everybody gets it? Okay. All right. If there's no objection, then we are hereby approved on the consent agenda, and we will go to the reports. We have 1 by our superintendent, Mr. Abdullah. Mr. Abdullah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, President Alvin. And trustees, congratulations. It's your sacrifice is appreciated and welcome. It's hard to be in service like you guys are doing, and it's very much appreciated, and you will see the fruits of your labor through time. And so I want to congratulate those of you that are new and those of you that are returning. I also want to talk about to the parents and people that are watching us on YouTube. We do have early dismissal this Wednesday. It's a 2-hour early release district-wide. Also, as a reminder to parents, the end of the card marking ends this Friday, so I'm sure you should be getting calls from teachers, from parents, from principals, depending on where your child is in the grade process and the assignment process. And then we also have count day for second year, second half of the year, February 12th. As you know, that we get 90% of the funding based on the first count, 10% of the funding based on the second count. Funding is crucial, but we are not, we don't desire to treat it any differently than an instructional day. I know a lot of people will do things. Our vision is that every day counts, every day matters, and that this is not a one and done kind of a thing. And finally, this Monday, in honor of Dr. King, we have the second year of revival, because it once did exist in the district, the Keeper of the Promise celebration. This year, we're doing it bigger than last year. We do have the DYC coming with Mr. White. Those of you that know him, he's coming. They're going to have some performances for us. But this year, the middle school, high school, and elementaries are performing. And so we are trying to take it to the level where it's a full day celebration. It is at Oak Park High School at 9 a.m. In the auditorium. We do have a lot of performances. We also have a lot of students that have won scholarships. I'm sorry, not scholarships, but awards for their recognition in either poems or essays. So please join us in that. And we created new Facebook pages for several schools now. So Key Elementary now has a new Facebook page. Einstein had one. Pepper is restarting theirs. OPA started theirs. Nova's in the process of working on theirs in Oak Park High School. And we do communicate a lot there, and we do celebrate our students there, along with Instagram. I don't do Twitter or TikTok. Okay? I accept it from my kids, but I'm not a TikToker. And with that being said, that concludes my report, President Alvin.
Thank you. Any questions of Superintendent Abdullah based on this report?
What day did you say was the keeper of the promise?
The 20th.
20th, gotcha.
Yep, this Monday.
Monday.
Thank you.
Anything else?
And there's no school, sorry. There is no school for students for that day.
Okay. If nothing else, then we'll go to item 6, public participation. We'll come to the part of the meeting where the public has the opportunity to address the board if so desires. Public participation, one-way communication in which members of the public are asked to address the full board with the understanding that board members will not be able to respond. I'll read the public comment guidelines now for the last time.
Okay.
For me. Because the Oak Park Board of Education values public meetings, not just meetings in public, we welcome public comment on school issues. Speakers are asked to express themselves in a civil manner with due process for the dignity and privacy of others who may be affected by public comments. The public comment portion of the meeting cannot be used to make personal attacks against a board member or school district employee that disrupt the order of the meeting and are totally unrelated to the manner in which the member or employee performs his or her duties. Speakers should be aware that if statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, such comments may result in legal liability. Most comments can be concisely stated in 3 minutes, and the board respectfully asks that comments remain focused on the topic of issue and not be directed at specific personnel or board members. If there are anyone who wants to address the board, did anyone fill out a card? I don't see any more cards. You want to address the board again?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I just want to readdress having the board members to take a tour through the Michigan Regional Council Carpenters training facility. It's called Detroit Carpenter Millwrights Training Center in Detroit. I would like that to try to see we can get that done, make that happen. All of y'all to get a tour through our facility, through our school. It's one of the finest in the nation. I think when y'all visit, it give you a really good eye, or give you a good understanding what this is about. You know what I mean? It's all about these kids and about these students to get these trades and get these certifications, and so we have so much to offer. We just also implemented another part of our hall, which is level 23, which is dealing with solar panels. We have 10 big projects coming up with solar panels, from all the way up to Escanaba back down here to the city of Detroit. And each contractor, these 10 contractors ask for people, and each contract asks for 50 or more people. And this is 10 different contractors. That's just with solar panel industry. I just, like I say, I love for y'all to come to our school and see, and y'all see the students do their performance there, and also you'll see where you think it should be important that kids get that education, free education, why it's available. It's been there for 3 years now in place. And I don't think no one is doing that. What the Carpenter's doing is not only giving them free tuition, free books, and we paying them to go to school. What I mean by paying them to go to school is the days that they are in class, they get that same $25, $27, $30 an hour for those 8 hours. They won't need to be sitting in class without even making their money. They will be making their money those 8 hours. And it's just important. I just wanted to see, because we did a career fair. I like to continue to do career fairs and invite other skilled trades in here. It's not just the carpenters, it's the millwrights. We unified with the millwrights. If anybody know what millwright work is, when Chrysler, GM, Ford goes down, when they need someone to change out the conveyors and the machines and the things to build the cars, that's what the millwrights do. And they're united with the carpenters. So, again, I will hope and pray that this year, be 2025, that y'all all please come and enjoy yourselves, and I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all get lunch, you don't have to pay for anything. Just come up there and just have a nice time, take a tour, and see how the good high-tech things we got for the students.
Thank you. Superintendent Doolad, I don't know who the liaison is for that facility, but if we can work through somebody to set up, get some dates and time, not like one, some options, like some that we can choose from, that might work. Also, if you have students that might be interested in that, maybe it might make sense for them to go do a field trip there. Not necessarily us so much as it might be for them. Now, I don't want to, however you guys need to work that out, that might make sense as well. Okay? Okay. Thank you, sir. We'll go to item. Crap, did I read that tonight? We have an action item? Ding bad. What it is. We'll go to, I'm talking about me. We'll go to, I guess the first set of action items, because I wasn't paying attention close enough to put it under the first set, so I put them under their own action items later on. Sorry about that. We'll go to the first set of action items. We got authorizing the issuance and delegating the sale of bonds. Yes. Series 3. Do we have anyone who wants to read that? Okay, go ahead, Trustee Clark.
Resolved that the Oak Park Board of Education approves the resolution authorizing the issuance of the 2025 school building and site bond Series 3 as presented by the administration.
Thank you. Now, this was, we talked about this at the last board meeting, so I don't know if if you touched on this earlier, or if any of our board members have any questions. They got a little,
they came to the meeting.
okay, all right, so we're good to go then? Okay, so we have talked about this at the last meeting. I feel comfortable moving forward. Are there any questions on this item? Hearing none, Ms. Greer?
I need a second.
Second. I second.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
Trustee Corcoran, thank you. Let's go.
Clark,
Yes.
Copeland,
Yes.
Elvin,
Yes.
Madison,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Harriman, Tanks,
Yes.
and Tyler.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes. We'll go to item 8, information items. We have 2, plant-based consultant position for pilot program. you want to just talk about them all?
I could talk about the pilot.
Oh, you're doing this one,
Yeah,
and
I
then
can
she's got the next
chain
one. Sorry,
them.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we were awarded.
She's like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Go ahead.
We were awarded $250,000. Only 2 districts in the entire state of Michigan got that money, and we're one of them. So this is a strictly vegan-only diet, and the exploration of that. And so we are getting a consultant to help us with the ingredients and producing a menu. Einstein was the school that Chartwell selected as their pilot, so they will be providing a vegan modified plant-based meals for students to sample. And I believe that MDE is trying to see if this was, or if this would be a successful venture going forward, given that there's so many different kids with so many different diets. And so, part of that agreement is that we have to have a consultant, almost like a executive chef specifically for the plant-based. Our goal is to have it done this fiscal year, right? We talked about fiscal year, so by the end of this fiscal year, and although a year's salary would be $70,000, because of the months that remaining would be less than that. Again, it's not coming out of general fund, it's coming out of this particular grant that we were awarded.
Okay. Any questions on that? You want to know when you signed up to eat? 'Cause that's your-
No,
that's
I
your-
had 2 questions.
that's
One
your
was,
thing.
right.
That healthy stuff.
That
so.
modified, what do you mean by modified? When you mean, what are they modifying? You know, the meals you said.
Well, the meals, I don't know if they're modifying, they're creating new plates, new
Understood.
dishes
Okay.
of, so I apologize if
No
I said
problem. It's
modified.
just that word modified, it's
I know,
like,
we're
wait,
not
is that
modifying.
GMO modified?
It's modifying
modified
the
is
current
this?
offering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And the other one is, would that also include the snack machines? Like the
No,
sodas?
this is
No.
actually food made from scratch,
Oh.
plant-based.
I told you.
But if you gonna go to the, this is just lunchtime, you saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
No board members can't come and
I was
see
gonna
the
try it.
plant-
So can we
plant-
taste, can we sample?
To sample the food.
Yeah,
so
like-
I'll let you and trustee
We
Corcoran
You know,
deal
that
with
day that you go and the chef
You and I will
comes and,
sample the food.
and
The
modify.
stuff, I got you.
I'll let y'all deal with
Okay.
that. Call me when
The
they bring
Wagyu.
steak.
like, no,
We'll go to
Wagyu.
item. Y'all gonna stop with the Wagyu. Item 8B, K through 12 Math and Professional Development Coordinator and K through 12 ELA Continuous Improvement Coordinator. Okay, you want to talk about these?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I can
all
do
right.
these. Good evening to our board, our newest trustees, for joining us, our superintendent and our cabinet members, and to our audience members. I am Shana Murphy, the Director of Curriculum for the Oak Park School District, and I'm just here to do an informational item regarding 2 specific positions that will be joining, hopefully, the Office of Teaching and Learning for our school district. These are based on the vision of our superintendent. We're trying to restructure some of the supports out of the Department of Teaching and Learning. And so these K-12 curriculum coordinators will be funded through 23G grant. It is not a general fund position. It will be funded through grant monies to, in all essence, to provide supports to our staff and our students to close the achievement gap. So we're trying to bring on these 2 coordinators to work directly with staff and directly with students to uncover some of that learning loss that we had during COVID and that remains. So they'll be supporting, modeling lessons, helping with lesson planning, providing professional development, looking at data, and deciding on interventions for students and helping the teachers to implement those. So if you were in the district beforehand or were aware, we had Katie and Jay who used to be in the Office of Teaching and Learning. So these are their roles, just restructured to provide that level of support for our staff and students. So they will be in buildings, directly supporting teachers, directly supporting students in order to close that achievement gap. And again, it will be funded through 23G, which is a grant specifically designed to meet the needs of staff and students in recovering that learning loss.
We blend the different grants, so
Yes.
just say 23G and.
And
blended
others.
grants, Yeah.
But the idea is that it is not hitting our general fund budget. It will be supplemented through grant funding from various sources to make sure we're trying to, as best we can, to provide those supports for staff and students.
Any questions for members of the board? Okay, thank you. How thorough.
Great.
No questions. All right, we got item 9A, action items again. And the first item on 9A is board committees and.
That's it. Yeah, just the board committees, don't worry about the other one.
We already had it. All right. we'll
No,
take it.
you,
We took action
oh,
on
wait,
it.
okay, well, I can, withdraw that.
We'll table it. Go to, so 9A, which is board committees. Trustee Corcoran, go ahead.
All right, we select committees, usually every year during the organizational meeting. And there were two committees that I, wanted to be a part of, which is the Personnel Committee and also the Finance Committee. So I, would like to, be appointed to those two committees.
So we don't currently have those. We need to establish them.
Oh, I thought they were there last
We
year.
definitely don't have a personnel. We
Okay.
definitely don't have a personnel.
Okay, well, we can
And
establish those.
so we would need to establish those. If the board chooses to do so, then I would have to choose board members to be on it. So
Okay.
let's put this in a form of a motion. Let's see if I can help you out a little bit. Trustee Corcoran moves for the establishment of the of the personnel and finance committees. Motion made by Trustee Corcoran, seconded by Trustee Madison. Trustee Corcoran, the floor is yours to provide rationale.
Okay, so, being certified as a board member, I had taken a class in regard to the committees and how important it is for the board to be engaged with the administration on those, on those meetings, or even, learning what we can do better in regards to having an insight on, the personnel and the finance. So I'm asking that we add these on to be a more effective board.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, I have questions. So, the personnel committee would be focused on what?
The Personnel Committee will be focused on the hiring, sitting in on some of the hiring process, or not just the hiring process, but learning what vetting of each person, or just, sitting with, let me put it this way, because I don't want to get misunderstood. When we are hiring and when we are firing, and when we are vetting, sitting in on that committee, you get to understand, as the HR department is a very critical department. We have students, that are enrolling. We will get the opportunity to watch or, see or be a part of the enrollment process that this board has not actually seen. And just basically, just being a part of that committee would actually help us understand the process also.
Okay, so you want to
And the
understand more
tendencies.
about the hiring process.
Hiring, the process of enrollment, the process of the, like we have all the programs, such as the McKinney program, we will be a part of that. We will be, meaning we will be able to assist, if you will.
Okay, and the finance committee?
The Finance Committee, is actually a committee that will be able to be a part of learning the codes, learning how, as the finance director stated, you know, there is a part of the fiscal year, you will learn that. You will be able to understand the finances of school finance. And then you will also be able to understand that when the budget is due, when the budget is, how the budget is preparing for the audit, and just being a part of, you know, of understanding how the finance of school finance go.
So, I know the rest of the board doesn't really have any comments. These are, in the past, we've had committees, and they didn't function. Chairs didn't meet, didn't call meetings, we didn't meet. Now, I know we've got a different board makeup at this stage of the game, but based on your explanation for what these are to do, like, for example, the personnel committee, those are the functions when we start talking about hiring, firing, that's the
Vacancies.
functions of the administration. And that's their swim lane, that's not our swim lane. So for me, it's a no. I'm gonna vote no for that reason. And then on the finance side, we operate as a committee as a whole, of the whole. And in general, we've had an opportunity on the finance side to delve into everything we want to know. When there's a question and people have a question, they ask it and everybody gets a response. We just went through an audit and it was a better one than the year prior. And so, you know, and for the findings that were there wasn't anything that would lead me to say we need increased oversight, at least for me. Those findings had nothing to do really with anything that, any mal or non-feasance on behalf of the board or the administration. So I'm fine with leaving things the way they are, personally.
Okay, well, as you stated,
But
these
we're gonna call a vote,
these,
so.
yeah, these committees, as you said, you feel that these committees don't meet.
They do.
I wasn't the chair of a committee where we did not meet. However, the committees are very conducive to the board. We should be a part of the administration when it comes to vacancies, when it comes to understanding the role. Now, you said that we haven't, any questions we ask, we can get. That's not what the committees are built for. Committees are built to be a part of, like the committee as a whole. We don't meet as a committee of the whole. We should have work sessions, work studies, or we don't have that
Well, those
prior
are
to.
separate I'm sorry, you have the
Well,
floor, go ahead.
yeah, but I'm just saying that to understand that as a board, we have to have these insights of what we are as a board. And I just feel that the class that I take in regards to committees are very important. They're very important, and contrary to what you're saying, and to my fellow board members, I strongly ask that you guys take the committee class, and you will probably feel the same way I feel.
Very well. Anything else from any members of the board? All right, if it passes, then we'll place board members on the committees, but I'm still not exactly sure what they'll do, so we'll have to do some research on that.
So I have a question. When we had the committees meet before, I don't know what you mean by you don't know what they.
So 2 of those committees never met. One didn't meet, that's the one that you chaired, do you recall that?
Yeah, that was during COVID, yes, I do.
And then during that time, all of a sudden, they stopped meeting. Like, it just did, and it never accomplished any goal or task. It didn't do anything. It met, yes. We had a few meetings, and nothing came out of those meetings. It was a policy committee. That was your committee. Nothing. I was on that committee, and none of them ever. We had about 3 meetings, let's say, and nothing came out of that at all. We didn't do anything meaningful, measurable at all. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that's the truth. So at this stage, that's why I'm like, there's nothing that I feel personally, this is just me talking, I'm not speaking for anyone else, that we can't accomplish as a group that will be accomplished based on what you just described in a committee meeting. So that's where I'm at personally. The board can make a different decision and we'll have to go from there if it does.
Right, and we are entitled to our opinions, correct?
Yeah, everyone
But
is. This is
that
this
policy,
debate.
understood, but that policy that you're speaking on, to defend myself,
You shouldn't have to defend yourself because I didn't say anything to impugn you. I said that nothing came out of the committee. It wasn't about you.
you just said me. You named me. You said it was your committee. You were the chair,
You
and
were.
I was on it. And it was during COVID, when COVID had just happened, when, and then that's when we didn't have a meeting because we were dealing with the COVID situation. And I believe it was Menachem that I remember in one meeting that we did have, and Jamie was in that
Correct.
meeting.
That's correct.
So COVID did happen, and I will repeat that. And then that's when everyone was affected by COVID.
We met virtually and nothing happened.
As I said, COVID had started, people were passing, family members were dying. So therefore, it was hard for me anyway to meet back, but we didn't have, and then Jamie was dealing with a lot with the district. But with that saying, that is why I am asking for this board. We have 4 new board members. And I feel that once the board members continue to take classes with MASB, they will find how important it is to be a part of the committees and to become a part of the whole, or to be a part of the whole, the committees as a whole, because it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. And right now we have way too many new board members that wouldn't.
We got trustee. Go ahead, finish up, and then we got trustee Tyler, and I'll come up to you.
And that actually need to be as a whole and know what as a whole is.
Okay,
And that's it.
thank you. Trustee Tyler.
Yes, my only thing with the committees, I know it was in the past, in order for me to just get clarity on what all of the committees, what it function would be, I would just ask that it be sent to us, more clarity in an email or something, so that the new board members, if we wanted to vote on it, because it's a new thing, and so, what do the committees do? What is the function of the committee? I know that you're saying for oversight of personnel and oversight of finances, but what does it really do? And so I would just ask, for more clarity on, the function of it, maybe table it to later or something, because like you said, we do have several, I know you've been here before, but just to see what does the committee do? I don't even know what they do before I even just make a vote on it, and so I would just ask for more information on my half.
Got you. Got you. Trustee.
I'm done.
Okay. Trustee Madison? Okay, nothing. What do you want to do? You want to call for a question?
I will call the question.
Okay.
Well, I did hear the board members state that you wanted to come back to know what committees are.
Yeah,
We can
that's
table
all
table this to the next meeting.
What would it consist of, you know what I'm saying?
It can-
Because it's new, I'm saying,
It's not-
you understand, I understand we all are a board, but you're saying to break it down into committees, and then we all are a board, so I understand the president's view on it, that we operate as a board, but what does the function of this individual breakdown of 2 committees do? That's all I would ask, that I would get more clarity on it before I would vote.
So you have 2 options. We can call a question and get an answer from what the board wants to do, or you can pull your motion, and if you want to come back with something more comprehensive to give them an opportunity to respond and maybe put something in writing and get it before our next meeting, and we can go through it then, or we can just take it now. So it's up to you.
I would like to come back to this
Okay.
because the board member stated that she wants to learn more
She
about
did.
it before
But you don't have to do that. I'm just saying.
Oh,
it's your
no,
motion, so-
I respect
Okay.
exactly what she's saying, so Therefore, it would not be just my word or your word, it will be what she will learn of, you know, what a committee is.
So then you want to withdraw the motion?
I would like to withdraw my motion.
Okay, all right, the motion has been withdrawn, and trustee Corcoran our next meeting in 2 weeks. Is that enough time for you to develop
It's
something?
enough time. Yep.
Okay, so can we add that to the agenda for the 27th? And trustee Corcoran will provide you with the documentation.
Is she withdrawing both or one?
She withdrew, there was only one motion
was
on the
only one.
floor. The other item, she wants to
Yeah,
table.
table.
Table, which one?
The
The time.
tabling is the time, the meeting time,
Meeting time,
yes.
okay. And what's the other one?
And the first one was board committees. And if you want to be more technical, the establishment of board committees.
All right, we'll put that on the next agenda.
Okay. We good? Okay. All right, we're gonna go to item number 10 then. Item number 10 is board administration communications. Any communication from members of the administration? From members of the board? Any communications?
Yeah, I have a communication. I would like to congratulate all the new board members. I also would like to say that check your emails for the MASB classes. You have onboarding classes that are going to be available soon for new board members. I highly suggest that you all take those classes because it will actually open up, you know, your mind. It will also open up your experience to what a board member is actually, their duties are.
Thank you, trustee Corcoran. Anything else from members of the board? Trustee Madison?
I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Anything else from members of the board? Trustee Tyler, you want to give a shout out to your mama?
Mama's good. Mama rides with me all the time. Mama's good.
All right.
Die.
All right. Our next meeting is 6 p.m. Monday, January 27, 2025, here in this same room. If nothing else, and there's no objection to adjournment, we will adjourn by unanimous consent. Is there an objection to doing so? Time is 7:18. We're hereby adjourned. Thank you.